Hola, soy Diego Justosi, el entrenador del Pozo de Murcia de Fútbol Sala de España, es ex entrenador de la selección argentina de futsal campeona del mundo. Los invito a todos a ver el programa Extra Time TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Extra Time TV. This is Andres Sooklal. It's after midnight in Trinidad Tobago, and I'm chatting with, the assistant coach of the men's futsal, United States men's futsal team, Mr. Otto Orf. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you very much.
So, listen, thank you for joining us. I know you're really exhausted because you guys, before we speak about the Trinidad Tobago Dominican Republic game, got your first victory. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a very exciting game for us today and a very important win.
Yes, I saw the posts with you guys celebrating in a changing room. I like that. It's very admirable, and it's not an easy thing. So congrats once again.
This pandemic has made it difficult for us to prepare and to train. So that first victory under the boys' belt was really important for us.
Excellent. So we could chat about that in a moment. But of course, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and Coach Coney and his men just played their first game against the Dominican Republic. Unfortunately, it was a 6-2 loss to Trinidad and Tobago. Someone who understands the game, because people know me as a football analyst, but futsal and football are two very different games. And you know this, and that's why we would love to hear your opinion on this particular game. What were your initial thoughts on the result?
Honestly, as we were watching that game here live, it was difficult for me not to root for my one of my best friends, a great friend, Coach Connie Constant. Mm-hmm. But honestly, Trinidad and Tobago, if we were to play them, they worried me because as we were watching it as a coaching staff, very good individual players, very strong, very fast, and maybe not technical futsal players like Dominican had. But at the same time, they were very, very dangerous. And you could see shots coming from far away, very skillful one-on-one in open space. And it's amazing, actually, that they didn't score first. They had so many chances and so many one-on-one opportunities and a couple of balls that bounced off your players that just didn't find the net. If Trinidad would have scored first, I think it could have been a much different game.
Yep. I had this discussion with someone else off air. That's James Baird, one of our other analysts, and we were looking at the first half, which ended it was 1-0, and there were a couple of chances for a couple of our players, as you said, Sean De Silva and a couple of guys. The ball just didn't bounce the right way for us, and then some pretty impressive saves. And then in the second half, it obviously the game turned around a bit. We got a red card, and the goals started flying in from both ends. What do you think happened in the second half that really sort of changed the game in Dominican Republic's favor? Sorry.
The goalkeeper, the young goalkeeper, seemed like for Trinidad played well, made some great saves. But the goals came one from his right side, one from his left side, in almost the exact same manner, from about a third of the way in from the sidelines and through his legs with a toe poke, I think, on the one, at least the one, maybe both. And after you're down 2, you have to press, and the game opens up a little bit more. And the Dominican, they played pretty methodical. Their number 6, is it number 6 or number 9, played the entire game. We had to leave with about 10 minutes left to go for our team meeting, so I didn't get to see the last 8 to 10 minutes of the match. But he played in the back and played almost the entire game, and was very, he played very well, very consistent. So they had a good possession game. Like I said, Trinidad had the opportunities when they broke them down one-on-one and just couldn't seem to find the back of the net. And when you're frustrated like that, and then you're down 1 and you're down 2 and you're pressing, that's when another goal comes. And that you have to, in that case, that the team that would have won that game is going to go on to the quarterfinals. So you have to press and make the effort to get a goal. It just didn't come for Trinidad today.
Yeah, I agree, because, obviously they had to go for the result. It's just 3 teams in this particular group, and, they had to go for it. So as you said, the dynamic changed when they had to attack. And folks, in case you're wondering why we're speaking to this gentleman, besides the fact that he knows a lot about futsal. It's because he also has some experience with Trinidad Tobago football. You know, he's worked with Coach Connie as well when we went to Argentina. You know, with the girls as well. So you have a pretty good knowledge of our culture and, you know, how things are from your interaction. So, you know, it's an uphill task because we have to face one of the strongest teams in this particular tournament in our next game, which is Guatemala. And, you know, they have to not just win, but they have to score a couple of goals. If my math is correct, I think it's 4 or 5.
Yes.
So it's heading into this game, you know Connie really well. What do you think the approach would be like for Trinidad and Tobago heading into this game? If you had to guess.
Well, you can't play conservative. You have to score. It's not like you can lay back and just wait for them. And Guatemala is, you know, not only the favorite. Since I played here 25 years ago, Guatemala has not only hosted the Concacaf a couple of times, but hosted an actual World Cup. They have developed a professional league, and they've put a lot of focus into their futsal game. So they're a very difficult team. They're probably the closest to a European futsal team that you're going to get here in Central America. So it's going to be dangerous, but, you know, you can't sit back and play for anything but a win. You're going to have to attack. You're going to have to press. You're going to have to win the ball and take shots. And if for some, you know, reason Trinidad can get out and steal the ball and get a couple of quick counters and get a goal or two, they may have a chance. You know, it's going to be an uphill battle, but at the same time, you know, it's the opportunity that you wait for as these players. And Connie, I know, has been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. We had a blast together down in Trinidad for a while with Jeffrey and the girls from Trinidad and Tobago, and then down in Argentina. And I just wish him the best of luck tomorrow. I know it's going to be a difficult road to hoe.
Yep. And, you know, to steal a line from a player that we both like, and I'm guessing maybe you, Marcelo Bielsa, one of our favorite coaches, you know, sometimes being favorites, you know, it takes a psychological load of one team and adds it to the other. Usually the team that is, you know, not the favorite. So, you know, they go in there and I think, you know, they can use that to their advantage. But, you know, futsal, I was even going to say football. Futsal is you know, like all sports, it's a funny game. You never know what can happen, and never say never. You know, sorry.
No, that's exactly right. You know, and like I was telling the guys at halftime of the Trinidad game, I said, if they come out and score first in the second half, I think they're going to win, because it just seemed like they had chance after chance and really outchanced the Dominican. But, you know, things just didn't go their way.
Yeah, and I think that's the situation with the red card, that couple minutes, which, you know, I'm trying to educate. We have a lot of football fans on our show, but, you know, this also is an education aspect where, you know, we teach people as much as possible. So, you know, a lot of people were asking me while the game was going on, when the red card took place, oh, wow, is Trinidad Tobago going to play with one less guy? And, you know, and you could elaborate as well. When a player is sent off, he's usually, there's a period of time before you can bring someone else in. How long is that usually?
It's a 2-minute advantage for the team that, you know, that did not get the red card. And so you play 4 against 3 on the floor. And with that space and the ball on the floor, you know, if the movements are good, you usually get shots off. And, you know, we had the same thing against us today. And very difficult to defend. The goalkeeper has to play wonderfully, and you got to force the ball kind of to the outside and give your keeper as many, you know, the best opportunity to make those saves. But what happened basically to Trinidad happened to us as well. You know, a player broke into the middle with a good shot from the center of the court, and we got scored on as well.
Yeah, but, you know, just to end things off, because we know you're exhausted, but in terms of, you know, key players for Trinidad and Tobago, just from your observations, which players really stood out for you?
Number 6 in the back, and man, I can't remember the player on the left side, but unbelievable skills. I mean, when he got the ball at his feet, they were very, very skillful players. The young goalkeeper played well, made some great saves. I'm sure that with time and some futsal technique, you know, practicing some futsal technique, he can be even better than he was. But those players, I think it was number 6, took a shot from mid-court that, without even a run-up, and it was a very powerful cannon of a shot. And then the players that were beating players one-on-one down the line, it really gave them opportunity, and they may not be technical futsal players, but they are definitely skillful soccer players. And that gave the guys an opportunity to get shots on goal. Unfortunately, one more time, the ball just didn't find the back of the net, and inevitably Dominican came down and countered and had their goals.
Yes. So, I guess this is where we let you off, because, I would love to have a long futsal discussion in future with you as well. We've had some with Coach Connie as well, a great guy, a friend of both of us. And, this is a very exciting sport. And, especially in Trinidad and Tobago, people love it. And, it's our job to really try to, support the national team and support the sport. We even had an interview with the World Cup winning coach, Diego, a couple of weeks ago, which,
yes.
He's an amazing guy. So
absolutely,
we'll definitely have some more chats.
I want to say thank you to the people in Trinidad and Tobago. That my time there was wonderful. My time down at the Savannah and having some bus up shot and some shark and bake. And drinking some stag. Those are some of my favorite memories while I was down there. And I look forward to coming back someday soon.
Excellent. We would love to have you back. It's honestly, I think if it was not for this horrific pandemic, we probably would have met before. So it's really a pleasure to have you on and, explain this beautiful game to our fans who are very much interested. I've been getting messages through the game. People are asking questions because the passion is there. And, we'll try to be the vessel of education for the game.
Best of luck to you and to TNT tomorrow, and Coach Connie. I love you, man. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. So, tomorrow, if time permits, because we know you're a busy guy, we'll probably have a discussion. Hopefully a good one. Maybe we defy the odds. And if not, we'll have a chat. So listen, it's been a pleasure. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have a good evening.
Just a reminder, everyone, for more episodes with Shaka Hits Luck, be sure to head over to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, interviews, and content.